how's it going? It's Alana and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a video that is very trendy. I originally saw Lexi Lombard do this and then a bunch of other YouTubers have been doing it. I actually commented on Lexi's video and she's like, I tag you to do it, so I'm accepting that tag. And today I'm going to be talking about what I spend in a week as a 22-year-old living in New York City, working as like a freelancer in social media and content creation, marketing, media consulting, all that good stuff. So I also watched Michelle Reed's YouTube video on this, so just shouting out all the YouTubers. And in her video, she pulled some stats basically explaining the cost of living in New York City versus the rest of the USA, because it does make a difference. Things here are so insanely expensive. So here, compared to other cities, things are gonna be more expensive, just like food and transportation and rent. So I think that's just important to keep in mind. Money is so relative. Like what could be a lot to me could be little to you. What could be a little to you could be a ton to me. It just depends. We're all in different places. As I was kind of preparing for this video, I thought it was really fascinating how the value of money and the way I see money has transformed so much over my life and in the past year, that I've had a really frugal mindset when it comes to money throughout the years. When I was in college, I was working like a minimum wage job while being a student to try to like pay for my groceries and pay for my rent, and just like the thought of like getting a $4 latte would literally make me sweat. I'm like, I can't afford this. Like, is it worth it? Like, I'm gonna be like studying at this coffee shop for 4 hours, but like $4 is a lot. Or like going with a friend to like a vintage store and they got like a $30 shirt and my mind was blown. I'm like, you have an extra $30 to spend on a shirt right now? I was just like so cash strapped. But now, as like someone working in a full-time work week and making a full-time salary, obviously the way I perceive money has shifted a lot. While we're talking about that coin, especially for my college students out there, I'm partnering up with Check on this video, which is an incredible way to save money, especially if you're a student or if you just want to learn as an adult. So Check is basically like that older, wiser student who's already been there and done it and is there to help you throughout your experience. I think what's really cool is they can really help you save a lot of money on textbooks. They have things like Check Study, which is step-by-step tutoring. There's Check Math, which helps give step-by-step solutions to your math problems. You can even take a photo of your question with an app, and they're available 24/7 online. For Check Writing, you can scan your essay to make sure there's no unintentional plagiarism, and they can help you check for grammar and stuff like that. I know a lot of my viewers are college students. I definitely recommend checking it out for saving money, getting extra help, basically just crushing it throughout college. So check them out. So jumping into my spending, I figured it was worth noting that I have several monthly fees. I pay for my rent, I pay for my gas and electric, I pay for my phone bill, I pay for my health insurance, and I invest in my Roth IRA for retirement. I also have some subscriptions, so that would be Spotify, Adobe Creative Cloud, Dropbox, Scribd, New York Times, and Calm, which is a meditation app. And then also I actually don't do a monthly subway card. I travel quite a lot. I've been traveling like 50% of every month, I think, since like May or June, and so I'm not here enough to make the unlimited Metro card worth it. And also every week changes for me. There's no such thing as consistency in my life. I also got groceries for pretty much the rest of the week for about $45, so that will probably cover a lot of my food. I try to eat in as much as possible. I'm excited to see how much money I spend. I'm honestly really curious, a little nervous. Let's get into it and see you guys on Monday. So pretty boring average day. I worked at the Wing today, which is my co-working space that I mentioned previously, and that's pretty much it. So I left here in the morning, made my breakfast here using the groceries I bought, went to the Wing, spent $7.50 on a meal there. Side note about the Wing, I forgot to mention this. You can't bring in outside food to the Wing, which is kind of weird. It's just one of their policies. I'm sure it's to, you know, help them make more money. They have an incredible cafe there. So I have to end up buying lunch most days that I'm there. So I found tricks like the certain things on the menu that I can make the cheapest. Because the average, let's say like bowl or salad there ends up being $12 or $13, which is quite steep in my opinion. And there's like two things on the menu that you can get half sizes of, so it's either $5 or $7, and that's like my little hack to their menu. Sure, I'll sneak in like oranges or like a macro bar, but it's kind of awkward if you pull out a big homemade container of a meal because they're like, yo, you can't do that. So I walked all the way there because it was beautiful this morning, but then by the time it was dark and I was leaving, it was really cold, so I decided to subway home. And so I spent one swipe, and then again I made dinner at home. So pretty inexpensive average day. Also, I promise I'll do a better job of vlogging and show you guys tomorrow, so stay tuned. Okay, bye. Hello, I'm all ready for the day. It was very wet hair, but we're embracing it. I realized last night I had a gift card for Everlane, and then I ended up spending $6 over the gift card to get it shipped out before I leave for a trip. So spent $6 yesterday, just made breakfast at home, and then now I'm headed to take the subway to my co-working space. Yeah, let's go. I'm actually headed home for the day right now to continue working at home, and I had an event in the middle of the day, as you guys just saw. So that's obviously not normal, but then again, every week isn't normal, so it really just depends. Good morning, how's it going? It's Wednesday. I forgot to finish explaining yesterday what I spent money on because I was on the street and people were staring and I got really uncomfortable, and I'm still not good at vlogging in public. I had a work event where I was checking out this skincare company. It was like a really strange part of New York where there was no nearby public transportation. There was only buses, but the buses were running behind. To get there, it would have taken like twice as long to subway, and I was running late. So I paid for an Uber, which I just always feel guilty when I Uber places when I know I can pick public transportation. I only really do it if I'm out really late and I'm really far from home, or a case like that where it's like last minute. And the Uber, I believe, was $6.50, so not terrible. The only other money I spent yesterday was taking the subway home, which was $2.75. And that was it. I ate dinner at home, hung out with my roommates. It was great. This morning, I've just been here. I just ran out of coffee, which is very unfortunate. I try not to buy coffee out. I usually just get like a really big container from my grocery store and just make like a cold brew, little almond milk mixture here. And today is a filming day, so my assistant's coming over. I'm gonna be filming like a big video, and that's gonna take a good chunk of the day. And then the rest of the day, I'm probably gonna work from home. What is up? Today's been a very full day, but haven't spent any money until now. I ended up having to shoot multiple videos. I did a little in-person collaboration basically with a company here, but it was at my apartment, which was, you know, kind of unique. And then I just ate all my meals at home. So today I've only spent money on coffee that my assistant brought me, and then just right now I bought tickets to a concert of an artist that I really enjoy. His name's Johnny Utah. I've been loving his music for quite some time. There's a show tomorrow night, and I kind of figured last minute I'd love to go. I'm gonna go with a friend that I haven't seen in a while. I do love going to concerts, and thankfully a lot of the music that I enjoy the most, the tickets are usually anywhere from like $15 to $25. I never really go to like big shows like Madison Square Garden or anything like that, so it usually stays pretty low. So for me, and the way I value money, an experience like that is definitely worth spending my money on. So I'm going to be doing that tomorrow, and then tonight I think I'm going on a dinner date with Fletcher. So I might be spending a little bit of money, but so far I feel like it's been pretty cheap. Hi, hello, what is up? It's Thursday. So yesterday night I got dinner with Fletcher, and we usually split all of our dinners when we go out together. He's not gonna be here for my birthday. He has a work trip and then I have a work trip. So he treated me to dinner, which was really sweet of him. So I didn't spend any money on that, just the train ticket there and back. And then this morning I realized I needed a few things for my trip, including a hard drive, which is really expensive, and a little neck rest because I have a 15-hour flight, which normally would be $120, but I had a gift card, so it ended up only being $60. Definitely expensive, but glad I saved some money. Also, this morning I took a workout class, forgot to film it, and I took it through ClassPass. ClassPass gives you an affiliate link, and so I've shared the affiliate link before, so I have some credit saved up so I don't have to pay for those classes, where it's like my code will give you I think $40 off for your first month, and then I in return get some money off. Which, side note, if you want to help me keep exercising, / if you want to get free exercise classes for yourself, feel free to use my ClassPass code. I use it all the time for like bar and spin classes and yoga. And then yeah, today I ended up working at home for the first half of the day. I had to finish filming something, and then I'm going to the Wing, and it's going to be a little bit of a later night at the Wing, so I'll probably get an inexpensive dinner there because I have the concert right after and I won't have time to come home to make food. And then there's a good chance I'll probably get like a drink at the concert. So that's my Thursday at the moment. I will keep you guys updated. But let's go take the day by storm. Oh, honey, honey, fly, honey, honey, honey. Ooh, girl, don't you stop. Say, oh my girl, I won't stop when you feel my. Oh, honey, Hello, it's Friday morning now. Last night was super fun. I went to a show with Paulina and then my friend Anna, and so last night I spent that money on the ticket that I bought earlier this week. I took the subway there, which was $2.75, and then once there I spent $4 on a coat check because I had my laptop on me because I'd been working in the city all day, and then I spent $10 and I got a drink. There's no easy way for me to get home, so I spent $12 on an Uber. So it was kind of an expensive night, but I really value those experiences. I love being able to support an artist, and music is just a huge part of my life, so it's definitely worth it. Today, again, I'm working from home. I have a lot of like filming and editing to do. So tonight I'm celebrating my birthday with friends because on my actual birthday I'm gonna be in Korea. So I am going to go to a bar. I invited like 20 friends just to see who will come. Maybe grab dinner with a friend or two before. I think that's gonna be most of my Friday, but I'll bring you guys along. Good morning. It is, what is today? Saturday. So last night was so much fun. It was so special and it was incredible. So I ended up spending $20 on sushi before. We got like takeout just to like be able to talk before. There was a bunch of people there. And then my friends were so sweet. I didn't end up spending any money on birthday drinks because they were kind enough to treat me, which was so great. And the places we went didn't have covers or anything like that. And I stayed in my neighborhood, so I was able to walk home. Now I'm walking around. I'm headed to the West Village, Greenwich Village area for brunch. We're meeting up with some other friends that weren't able to come last night. And then I'm gonna be actually spending most of the day at home packing so leave for Korea tomorrow. Yeah, let's go get some food. I'm hungry. Hello from Monday. I didn't film yesterday because I spent the entire day on an airplane. For 15 hours I was on an airplane flying from JFK to Seoul. So the only money I spent yesterday was the Uber to the airport, which was $44, and then I spent I think $6.50 getting chips and water before my flight, and now I'm in Korea. So that's the end of my spending week. Here's Noelle.
And
again.
Yesterday she ate the plain meal.
True.
And it had tiny little fish in it.
Is this true? With little eyes.
eyeballs.
I don't know what they're called. They were really salty. It wasn't bad.
Go airplane food.
What is up? Hi, hello. I'm back. I've never worn my hair like this in a video, I think. Let me know your thoughts. I don't know. I feel like I kind of look like a little egg, but we're going with it. So we have come to the end of my week. I'm counting this as what I spent in a week as a 22-year-old in New York City. I did turn 23 when I was in Korea, so it's on the very tail end of my being 22 years old, and then I was in Korea for a work trip. Now it is time to calculate the final cost. Let's see how we did. Ugh, okay. According to my calculations, the final number is $281.72. I think I got that right. It's within that realm, which, you know, I'm not mad about. I've been watching a lot of these other videos and I'm realizing people spend a lot of freaking money. So in comparison to some of the videos I've seen, it's not that bad, but in comparison to other phases of my life slash other places I've lived in my life, it's pretty freaking expensive. So overall, that was a really interesting experiment. I'm really glad I did it. I do keep a pretty close track on my expenses. I've gotten a lot more into finances in the last year or two. I use Mint, which helps you basically organize all your expenses. And so I use that, but then I usually create my own spreadsheet with my own categories. Basically just fill it all out so I know how much money I spent within a month. I feel like that week was fairly accurate to how I usually live my life. I feel like I Uber a little less, and obviously the Uber to the airport was really expensive, and like the hard drive was really expensive. But I think I do on average try to have some type of like entertainment like the concert, maybe instead it'd be like drinks with a friend or going to a movie would kind of equate to the same. Every now and then I appreciate experiences 10 times over like a material good. You know, to each their own. Like we all value money and we all spend money in different ways. That was me. I would love for you guys to try it out too. I think it's a really great exercise just to know where your money's going. If you do it, 12-year-old boy. If you do end up doing it, let me know how it goes. I'd be really curious to see. Thanks again to Check for sponsoring this video. Be sure to check them out, especially if you're a college student. They have a lot of really incredible resources. And thanks so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Until next time, bye.